I'm going to use this scene of James Bond from Quantum of Solace to show you exactly how to use body language and psychology to become irresistible to women. Fellas, just before we get into this, I want to say this video is going to be a fucking banger. So just stick with me, just watch the video, you'll see what I mean. Let's get into it.
Do you have any messages for 325?
No, sir. The only message was about the briefcase that was delivered earlier. Did you want us to continue holding it?
No, I'll take that now.
Yes. Right, fellas, the first thing I want to point out, and if you watch my channel, you know exactly what I'm going to say, but I need to show you how high status men use eye contact to communicate to others that they are high ranking. And if you communicate this to other fellas, that's going to make you more attractive to women. So let's go back a few seconds. Let me show you what James does here.
The message was about the briefcase that was delivered earlier. Did you want us to...
So fellas, notice how when she is speaking to him, he is not looking at her. Now, what is this? Why is this important? Well, eye contact, fellas, is how we communicate attention, right? If we look at someone, we're giving them our attention. If we don't, we're not, right? High status men, their attention is rare because they're on their mission, they're on their purpose. So when people are speaking to them, they tend to look at them less, to give them less eye contact. And then watch what happens when he speaks.
Continue holding it?
No, I'll take that now.
When he speaks, he gives strong eye contact. Now, what does this signal? When you give strong eye contact, when you speak, it signals confidence, but it also tells the other person that when I speak, you listen. Right? When I speak, other people pay me attention. Right? Communicating that you are high ranking.
Thank you.
And then that's also brilliant, right? Slight smirk, not saying too much, not going, thank you so much. You're so what? No. High-ranking men, fellas, they tend to say as little as possible. Right? Why? Because the less you say, the more valuable your words are. And I'm gonna get into this later when we talk about. Look, if I go forward a few seconds, you can see they're in the car together. I'm going to show you how James communicates to connote high status and actually which will increase her attraction. Right.
You're welcome.
And fellas, just quickly, I'm just going to point out the high status walk. How do high ranking men walk and why is it so important? Well, first of all, fellas, if we just go back a few seconds, you can see, look, she's in the whip and she can see James walking. So the first thing women are going to notice about you is your walk. Right? So I'll just tell you how to do a high status walk. Very, very few key pointers. You want your eyes fixed on the place you're walking to. Right? You want to walk in a slow, controlled pace and you want to walk with a purpose. A massive mistake a lot of you motherfuckers watching will make is that when you're walking around, because you're fucking losers, you'll constantly be scanning for women, right? And you won't even notice you're doing this, but your eyes will constantly be darting around. And some of you may do this just because you're curious about the world, but to other people, it looks like you're in a hungry state. It looks like you're looking for women. That's what other people are going to perceive it as. You're looking for options, which is going to signal you get none. Because if you did, you wouldn't be looking, right?
Get in.
What?
Get in.
All right.
I thought that was pretty good as well, fellas. If we just go back a few seconds.
What?
Get in.
And then notice how she says it, then he takes a few seconds to respond. He doesn't instantly run to the car and get in. No. He takes his time. Watch.
All right.
Right? He takes about 2 seconds to say, all right, and then he gets in the car. Now, why is this important, fellas? A delayed reaction time signals emotional mastery and restraint and control, which are all highly attractive traits to women. So when you slow your response time, for example, just like James did there, when she said something to him, when she told him to get in, which we're not going to get into that, but that aside, he didn't instantly run over to the car. He paused. He took his time. This is going to make you look extremely masculine, right? This is a masculine trait. Having control of your emotions, highly masculine. When you are highly masculine, fellas, this is going to make her significantly more attracted to you. Right, I'm going to get into this in a minute.
You're late.
I got pulled into a meeting.
Right, so that's of it. How would a lot of men react when she said that?
Who with?
Fred and Mr. Weiss.
Right, if we just go back.
All right.
You're late.
I got pulled into a meeting.
James gives a brilliant response here. He doesn't say, "Oh, I'm so sorry I made you wait. Let me buy you." No. I got pulled into a meeting. Right? And another thing we can interpret, fellas, is his vocal tonality, right? It stays flat. It's not going up like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Right? Which would be a seeking approval tone. Right? So what you have to know is, fellas, the way you're speaking may be signaling to women that you perceive them as above you subconsciously, right? When you finish your sentence with an upwards intonation like this, right, it signals, or it will make her think subconsciously. Obviously, she's not consciously thinking this. This is all subconscious. It makes her subconsciously perceive you as seeking approval, right? You're seeking her validation and her reinforcement. There is nothing more unattractive, or if I put it another way, there is no faster way you can decrease her level of attraction to you than seeking her approval. Now, to illustrate this point further, and this, me going off topic like this will kill the retention on this video, but I want to give you game so you motherfuckers can actually use it. When you're speaking with a woman, fellas, she should always be supplicating to you. She should always be seeking your approval and validation and reinforcement. If you ever get into a scenario where you're seeking her approval, where you're seeking her reinforcement, where you're seeking certainty from her, any of these things, these things, fellas, is probably the fastest way on planet Earth to kill attraction, to decrease her interest. So, how can you tactically prevent yourself from doing this? By finishing or by speaking with either a flat intonation or a downwards intonation. Because like I said a minute ago, fellas, if I change the color, wow, Forceps is getting super advanced with his videos, I can't believe it. If you speak with an upwards intonation, you are seeking validation and approval, right? You are uncertain. Whereas when you speak with a downwards intonation, fellas, that is signaling I am completely certain. Right? I'm certain. I don't care if you agree with me. What I say goes. Right? And that is a very, very fast way to boost attraction.
Who with?
Fred and Mr. Weiss.
Don't think I know him. It's funny. You don't look at all like I expected.
So fellas, there's a lot of really good stuff here which I'm going to break down. So give me 1 second.
You're late.
I got pulled into a meeting.
Who with?
Fred and Mr. Weiss.
Now, if you notice, fellas, I mean, there's a few things I'm going to point out in this sequence, but the first thing is, how does he respond to that question? She goes, "Oh, who did you get pulled into a meeting with? Who with?" Right? Then what does James says? He doesn't say, "I got pulled in with John Smith from XYZ company and we talked to..." No. A friend of Mr. It's like the most... Like, it's a mysterious response. As a rule, fellas, you want to say as little as possible and you want to reveal as little as possible. Why? Because women love mystery. Right? Why? Because when you are mysterious, right, there's gaps in your thing, right? She doesn't know everything about you. So why is that important? Because then when you two finish that interaction or whatever, guess what's going to happen? When she goes home that night, guess what she's going to be doing? She's going to be thinking about you, trying to work you out, trying to think, he was doing this. What about this? And then guess what she's going to do? She's going to ring her friends. They're going to go in the group chat and say, I met this guy today. What do you think? And she's going to fucking tell all her friends the entire scenario. And then they're going to say, oh, I think he's this. And then her other friends are going to say, no, he's this. Then her other friends, do you get what I'm saying, fellas? This is why you want to leave questions. Whereas if you don't leave questions, if you just tell her your entire fucking life story, there's no mystery. There's no excitement. There's no fantasy. There's nothing. She knows everything about you, fellas. This is a very, very fast way to get a woman to invest. Mentally, you leave questions and guess what she's going to do? She's going to be thinking about you all night. And fellas, the reason I am so... I'm hitting this point so hard because I've seen this a lot, right? But I am currently dealing with a woman who is like all the time thinking about me 24/7. Why? Because I leave mystery. So I like 3 times a week, I get these like 500-page text messages from her saying, I'm dreaming about you. I'm thinking about you. You said this, but then you did this, then you said this, and now I'm confused. You said this, then you did this, then you showed me this, and then that made me think this, but no, then you did this. Mystery, fellas. And she's thinking about me so much, she's literally dreaming about me every night. Every single night. Right? I have all the power in the relationship. You have to understand why this is important. That's why I'm banging on about it so much.
Don't think I know him. It's funny. You don't look at all like I expected.
Really?
Then what I think is brilliant here as well, fellas, look.
Don't think I know him.
Boom. So she says something, then James goes silent. He doesn't say anything. As a rule, fellas, like I said, you want to say as little as possible. You want to lead. This is an advanced tactic. And again, this is an advanced tactic that if you don't do it right, it can go wrong. But just take it how I mean it, right? You want to leave silences. Like James did here. You don't want to sit there like the human fucking Terminator on dates and whatnot. But where appropriate, you want to leave silences and then let her fill them. When you do this, fellas, this is the ultimate power move. When you leave silences and you let her fill them. Ultimate power move. Right? If you do this, fellas, you're going to get all the power in the interaction, and she is suddenly going to be all over you. Right? You're going to notice a massive shift in her behavior if you can pass this test of sitting in silence for an extended period of time and letting her fill it. It's just going to signal to her that, like, I don't give a shit. But I'm really not bothered if you like me. I'm not trying to impress you. Right? You want to say as little as possible.
It's funny. You don't look at all like I expected.
And then, fellas, what happens when you leave silences like this?
Really?
Is she says stupid shit like this because she gets nervous. Right? She's revealed her hand completely. If you just listen, look.
You don't look at all like I expected.
Like she's completely revealed her hand because you left a silence, and because she's not uncomfortable, but you get one like. She feels a bit anxious, like, oh, I don't want to sit in silence, or he might not like me, whatever. She's going to say some stupid shit like that, and she's going to reveal her hand. She's going to tell you exactly what she's thinking. This has happened to me. Fellas, the reason why I'm sitting on this point so much, and a lot of the retards who were watching it clicked off now, good, fuck them. They're going to stay virgins for the rest of their life and stay losers for the rest of their life. But you motherfuckers watching have attention spans. That's why I'm going deep on this here. Right, so this is like just pay attention. The reason I'm banging so on about this, fellas, is because it's so like I see this all of the time happen in my life. Like when I'm having conversations on the phone or when I'm having conversations over text, and she says something, I just read the message, don't say anything. A few minutes later, boom, she's gonna come back and say some stupid shit and reveal her hand because she thinks I'm losing interest, because she wants to fill the silence, because she's confused. Right, so she just says the first thing that comes to her mind, which is usually what she's really thinking about you. And this is how you can get the power in relationships, in scenarios. Fellas, Quick break. If you want advanced tactics like this, if you want advanced body language tactics, advanced vocal tonality tactics, advanced psychology tactics, like more stuff like what I'm talking about now, or you just want to understand like a complete A to Z overview of female psychology so you can use that understanding to get the outcomes you want in your dating, in your relationships, in your whatever. If you want that, fellas, I have a complete dating system, right, that covers everything. It's based on science. It works. I've been doing this for a very long time, fellas. So if you want that, click the link in the description, fill in your information on the page, and once you do that, fellas, it's going to take you to a page with a video that explains my dating system. And you can watch that video. And then after you watch it, if you like the sound of the system, you can buy it. If you don't like the sound of it, don't buy it. Let's go back to the video.
Really? What were you expecting?
I didn't think geologists looked so...
So,
See, fellas, when you shut the fuck up, she reveals her hand and says stupid shit like that.
Friend of yours?
I don't have any friends.
And again, fellas, that was an advanced response there. I love giving responses like that. She said, a friend of yours? I don't have any friends. Boom. Right, again, it's very mysterious. He's not revealing his hand. He's saying as little as possible. Right, he's answering but not answering at the same time.
We didn't settle on a price.
Make me an offer.
And again, fellas, like just a bit of context to this video, but James isn't supposed to be here. Like, James has killed someone and then has impersonated them, so he has no idea what's going on. He has no idea why they're supposed to meet or anything. So what does James do here? He doesn't freeze up. He says, make me an offer. Right? Again, perfect. You're not revealing your hand. You're putting the ball in her court and letting her reveal her hand. Right? This is how you get women to tell on themselves. Right? By always batting the question back to them, revealing as little information as possible and getting her to speak. Right? First of all, you're going to get all the information you want out of her, right? You can get her to tell you about herself. Second of all, women love talking about themselves. It's feminine to speak. Right? Speaking about yourself is feminine. Now, let me tell you about the 80-20 rule. As a rule, fellas, when you're on dates, you want the woman to be doing at least 80% of the talking. And you want to be doing less than 20%. Why? Because speaking is feminine. Listening and asking questions and issuing commands is masculine. It's very simple. I know I said this in my previous video, but a lot of you motherfuckers think you're some suave, James Bond, seductive specialist. You're not. Shut the fuck up and let her speak. Just shut the fuck up. There's nothing you can say that is better than the story she will generate about you, which will come from you shutting the fuck up and asking her questions. And whenever she asks you a question, you give some sideways bullshit answer. It's very simple.
We can work it out later. Over drinks.
Right, let's go back.
We can work it out later.
Go back a few seconds.
We didn't settle on a price.
Make me an offer.
We can work it out later. Over drinks.
And again, James is totally comfortable with the silence. He's holding strong eye contact. His eyes aren't darting around. He's completely still. He's not fidgeting. And he's happy to sit in silence. Again, fellas, I keep repeating this because it's so advanced. It's so good. And again, he's happy to sit in the silence, fellas. Sitting in silence like this, being non-reactive, saying less, being expressionless, exercising restraint, right? Not showing emotions. This is, I can't put it into words. If you behave like this, fellas, women will become aroused, right? Physiologically aroused in your presence. You will make them want to have sex with you then and there. I'm not overestimating this. I've been doing this a long time. When you behave like this is the reaction you get. They physically cannot prevent themselves from being attracted to you. It's impossible. They can't do it. Just can't happen.
Dominic didn't give you any trouble, did he?
No.
And again, fellas, another lovely short response there. No, just shut the fuck up, say as little as possible and get on with it.
What the hell is this?
I think someone wants to kill you.
This is brilliant as well. Obviously, he's been caught out here. Right, he did not know there was a gun and a picture of her in his fucking briefcase. But obviously, he's been caught out, right? And then look how he responds.
What's this?
I think someone wants
Again,
to kill you.
no reaction. Obviously, pulls out the gun here, but we just go back.
What the hell is this?
Again, fellas, like he gives that nice swaggerous, arrogant line. Doesn't look at her, completely nonchalant, completely unemotional, completely unreactive. Behaving like this, fellas. Oh my God. But this is how high status men behave around women. And fellas, when you behave like this around women, when you give nonchalant answers, when you're slow, when you limit your eye contact, when you make her work for your attention, when you speak in this tonality, it signals to other women that she is nothing special, that you date far more attractive women than her. That is what she is thinking. If you behave in this way, you could be a virgin. You could have never experienced a woman's touch before. But if you behave like this, if you do the stuff I've said in this video, it will make her think you have options far more attractive than her. And this is important for a variety of reasons. The first being, women hate in intrasexual competition, meaning women hate competition between other females. They get so jealous, and that's going to make her pursue you even more. Second, fellas, a woman will never date. It's impossible for a woman to be attracted to you, like be sexually attracted to you, if she perceives you as lower than her. It's impossible. It cannot be done. So when you behave like this, she perceives you as the prize. And it's fellas, from personal experience, it's a very good life when women you are attracted to treat you as the prize. They do what you say when you say it. They never complain. They always want to please you. They respond to your texts in 2 minutes. Like, for example, I'm dealing with this girl at the minute. She could have any man on the planet, any man. Because obviously, the difference between me and some of the motherfuckers that have clicked off this video now, like the losers who are trying to pretend to be high status, I'm actually busy. I'm actually working all of the time. So sometimes, fellas, like at minimum, it's going to take me 3 hours to respond. Minimum. Usually it's 12 plus hours. Sometimes 24 hours. Sometimes 2 days. Because I am working all of the time. And guess what? I can respond to her 12 hours, 24 hours, 2 days later to her message on text, right? She responds to me within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes. 24/7. When she perceives you as the prize, she will treat you incredibly well. Right? And fellas, like I just need to reiterate this, but if you do the stuff I say, she will treat you in this way.
Someone wants to kill you. That wasn't very nice.
And again, fellas, just a brilliant response, right? Obviously, in real life, a woman isn't going to try and shoot you in the fucking face, but we can still take the lessons from this. Like, if we just go back a frame or two.
That wasn't very nice.
Again, he looks completely unbothered. Gives us an arrogant, cocky, sort of contemptuous line. That wasn't very nice. Doesn't sound bothered at all. Completely flat vocal tonality. if you respond like this when a woman tests you or makes fun of you, or like women will test you. I mean, I don't get tested very much anymore, but when you're meeting new women, they will test you to see if you are really about that life. Like I can't, like when I was younger, I used to fail tests all of the time, right? I would try all this high status stuff, I'd try the body language, and it would work. She would show massive interest to me. Then she'd test me, and because I wasn't really living that life, I'd fail the test. But let me tell you how to pass tests. Always respond to them in an arrogant, contemptuous, unemotional manner, right? That's how you want to respond. I can't tell you the power of doing this. Completely unbothered. You rewind the test and then take the mick out of her. It wasn't very nice. Right? You're taking the mick out of her. You're taking the piss out of her. Right? This is how you pass women's tests. Arrogant, contemptuous, like you don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You're testing me. Ha! That's how you got to look at it, fellas. Like, you testing. Come on. Like, come on. And if I just go on a bit of a tangent here, fellas, sort of one of the mindset, because you can pass women's tests without knowing any of this stuff if you just have the right mindset. For example, one of the mindsets I have, fellas, is every single woman I date, I know, and I'm not like pretending to think this. I know that I will be the best option she has ever had. From up until now, if we stop dating or whatever for the rest of her life, I know her life has peaked with me. And it will only go down here. And every other guy she dates after me, she will constantly compare them to me. When you have that mindset, fellas, you pass women's tests like this. There's no like pass women's tests instantly. I have a whole barrage of like advanced mindset tactics just like that, right? Another one, for example, is I can replace you, but you cannot replace me. And I know that deep down. When you have this mindset, fellas, you pass these tests automatically. Now, fellas, if you want if you want all of the stuff I talked about earlier, and if you want my advanced mindset tactics, my advanced beliefs that make you irresistible to women without you knowing any of the other stuff, right? So imagine this, you have the body language, you know what words to say, you know the vocal tonality, you know all of this bullshit, but then you combine it with the mindset and obviously the psychology, how to pass women. You have all of this stuff, then you have it with the mindset. Imagine the results you're going to get. So if you want that, fellas, if you want my complete A to Z catalog of all of this bullshit, you can find it in my dating system. So if you want that, go to the top link in the description, fill in your information, watch the video on the page. If you like what it sounds like, buy it. If you don't buy it. I've been doing this for too long. I'm not going to convince you that it works. Just watch the video and just whatever. I don't give a shit. Fellas, I will see you in the next video.